On July 25th, Margaret Peg Bowen was honored with a stopping stone.
With the placing of this stopping stone, we remember the life of Margaret Bowen and acknowledge her unrecognized and uncompensated work and contributions to our community's history. So, good stage. I have to say that this is pretty emotional for me. I didn't know all of those things about Peg. So give me a moment and I'm gonna get adjusted and put my glasses on. So first, I would like to acknowledge the Mohican ancestors, present and past, who were the original caretakers of this unceded land that we are occupying here today. My name is Mia Schultz, and I am the president of the Rutland Area NAACP, which also covers Bennington and Addison counties.
So I thought a lot about Peg as well, and I thought that just days ago we celebrated the first national recognition of Juneteenth, the end of slavery in the United States. And today we are here 250 years later on the same spot that Peg was enslaved. And I doubt that Peg could have imagined such a day. I doubt she ever thought that she would be memorialized or remembered at all. Like most people living in Vermont during this period, her greatest concern was likely just staying alive. I wonder how often she thought about what it would like to be free and what that would really mean for her and her family. But free or not, her life was not an easy one. When Peg was alive, the average life expectancy for African Americans was between 25 and 35 years old. A single woman had the right to own property and control her own economy, but this was generally not acceptable.
Let me just acknowledge Sister Mia and Sister Lisa for your words, your knowledge, your education. Because when I was thinking about Margaret Peg, I was thinking black women today. Is this working?
It's for the video.
Oh, it is. I'll call for the video. All right. And so I started thinking about everything that not only that Margaret Bowen must have faced, as horrific as it is. I did stop and think, well, how far have we come? And while 250 years later, we have come a long way. In many ways, we believe that with chattel slavery no longer being part of the way we operate in the United States, we're operating under New Jim Crow. We're operating under a system, under policies that disproportionately continue to impact black bodies in America. And I thought to myself, well, what would Margaret want me to share?
So I want to thank all the previous speakers, and Dr. Medina's speech is actually a good segue into what I'm going to talk about. So my job is the equity coordinator for the SVSU, the local school consortium, you could call it. My job is essentially making sure all of our schools are inclusive and equitable for all students, regardless of their identity or demographic. This effort is difficult though, due to the overwhelming power of history. I would like to talk about history. History, I'm a former history teacher. Now I get to teach history. I'm happy. First thing I want to say is Peg was not that far back. I'm 36 years old. I had my son when I was 32. My father had me when he was 31. So for simplicity's sake for now, we're going to call every 30 years a fifth generation. Just remember this, okay? A mere 2 fifth generations ago, that's 6.
To view this video in its entirety, tune to our channels or our YouTube page, Cat TV Bennington.